day in Australia. I hope you are having a lovely Thursday. I have a beautiful sunny crisp day here. It's only meant to get up to the mid-teens in Celsius, and I've hedged my bets. I've put some washing on the line, so fingers crossed that the sun and the wind that is happening today dries all my washing. So today is the 26th of June, and on the 25th, which was yesterday, the June Christmas Stampathon challenge went live. Sorry, I'm just making sure everything's working here. And this month challenge for the Christmas Stampathon is to work with embossing folders. Great. Everything appears to be working. That's great. Embossing folders. So I have a bit of a sneak peek for you for my words are escaping me. Perimenopause is very cruel. I've got a sneak peek of a online exclusive. So this will go live on the 1st of June, which is next Tuesday. So I thought I will play with the Holly Jolly 3D hybrid embossing folder today. So this is the embossing folder, and these are the dies that come with it. I have already played with it. I have a team meeting this weekend, so I will show you that card, and it has a matching stamp set. So I'm loving this. Oh, hello everyone, you've all popped in. Hello Lynn, Anne, Ronnie, thank you so much. You've just ordered that set, and you won't be disappointed. It is really easy to use. So today, using the embossing folder, I want to do a little bit of experimenting in an easy way. So I want to use it as a hybrid embossing folder. I want to use some white ink on a dark cardstock, and there was something else I wanted to do. I wanted to use white cardstock without using the embossing folder, and just use some, keep it white, and then maybe use white cardstock and have some inking over it. So I've got to make multiple cards because it's Christmas Stampathon, and the whole point of the Christmas Stampathon is to be making projects to get us ready for the Christmas end of the year. I cannot believe it is one day less than 6 months to go till Christmas. I just can't believe it's nearly the end of financial year. Like, I'm just there going, wasn't it just January? But no, apparently not. So hello Leslie, how are you? Okay, so let's flip around and I will get going with showing you what these products can do, and then on Tuesday you can purchase them for yourself. Okay, I should be back. I accidentally pressed the camera button or double tapped the background whilst I was spinning it, because apparently I'm really good doing things like that. Okay, so it's just me and Owen here today for our video. Unfortunately, yeah, I didn't check the dies. I don't know what I'm tapping or doing, but I keep on doing it, and it's very annoying. Okay, let me see how I look on screen. I mean, not me, my craft area. You've already seen me on screen, and if you missed it and you feel you need to go back, you absolutely can. Oh, damn. Okay, hey Nicole, I just saw your comment pop up then. I think we're just going to stay like that, and we're just going to wear whatever happens. I'm going to turn off my light, come back, and I will check what the temperature is here, because it's cold. But yes, 11 sounds absolutely unbearable to me. Not something I would enjoy at all. But then I feel sorry for all the people in Canberra because it's snowing at the snow, which isn't far from Canberra at all. Okay, close this down. Go to weather zone. That's the one I use on my phone. So that's the one I am going to look at on my computer. Weather zone. It's 13 degrees. We haven't hit the top. They were predicting 15 and it's 30 with 16-kilometre-hour winds and 45% humidity. Yay us. Okay. And I mean that with all the non-sincerity that was there. Okay, let's get back to making some Christmas cards. Can everyone please stay warm or stay cool if you are in the Northern Hemisphere? Okay, so cardstock. Let's get cutting. Now, a little tip about embossing folders. Embossing folders emboss, so they manipulate the paper. So quite often, cutting your cardstock bigger than what you actually needed and then trimming it down is actually a really good idea. Just because we can get it to the exact size rather than, oh, I didn't cut that right. Okay, rather than the embossing folder dictating the size that we need. I actually just wanted to cut this totally in half, but I decided I wanted to cut a card front instead. Ah, you're going to get snow. Well, I don't really get snow where I live, but we've certainly had sleet. We had sleet up the mountain because I live at the bottom of the mountain on the way to the sea. We're about 15-20 minute drive from the ocean. I only need 2 of those, I think. So I think I'm doing okay. If I need another one, I can cut one. I think I'm going to use some Secret Seed today because I think it's going to be such a lovely Christmas colour to use. So, I'm going to cut this. About there. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I do want like full card sizes, not card fronts, like not the trimmed down card fronts. Okay, so Secret C, and so one is going to be hybrid. This one is just going to be plain white. This one is going to have some inking on it. I'll see how we go for a 4th. How about that? Because, oh no, I did want another white one. So let me just grab that second piece of paper that I threw back in, and I have 4 good ideas. And one idea that I'm not going to show you today, I've already done with my class, I'll do it with my team, and I will come on here and show you how I made that card later on. I can't believe we're all around the same temperature all around Australia. Oh, you're in your fluffy dressing gown. I love that. Funnily enough, I actually had Lavender's hoodie in the washing, and I washed it today, and she has gone to stay elsewhere for the next couple of days, so hopefully she can stay warm, because I got her to put it on the line as she was walking out the door. Right, let's start. I am going to use the stamp set later. I am going to show you all of the techniques with this first, because I think that's important, because the hybrid embossing folders are so much fun, And this is especially fun because it's a repeating pattern. So often our hybrid embossing folders have a central image that cuts out, or it cuts out words, or there are like 3 pieces that cut out, but this partially cuts. So it doesn't cut out the holly in pieces, it partially cuts it out. So sorry if you can hear Owen blowing his nose, he does have a head cold. I'll show you. It partially cuts out like this, so you can have fluffy or popped up holly. So this is a card I'm making with my team. So we won't be making that today, we'll be making that probably next week. Okay, so hybrid embossing folder. We always like to orientate ourselves to our logo. Okay, so let's open this up, and we use the die in the embossing folder. And I'm hoping I just popped that down, and that is actually totally locked in. I can't move that. So I am going to lie our full card front piece right here and close. I need to pop it down a bit because I do want kind of the full image. There we go, just peeking out. That's good. Straightness isn't an issue because it's a repeating pattern and not words or anything. So I'm just going to leave that there safe and sound. Make sure it doesn't do anything I don't want it to do. For all in the cold, think now 35 degrees is probably too hot for me, Ronnie. Oh my God, 40 degrees. No, thank you. That is an easy answer, unfortunately. Just no thank you. Okay, let me grab the right plates here. So we only need 2 plates, which is the base plate, and number 4, which is the embossing plate. Let me roll back. It does sound great, doesn't it? I have my fluffy tracky pants and my jumper on, and I've got the heater on next to me. I don't think about my electricity bill, I just think how warm I am. So, but that's okay. There are people home today, so it's, yeah, keep the house generally warm. Now, it actually doesn't matter whether I put this die, whether I can see the die or whether I can't see the die. But I do want to make sure that the fold or the spine of the embossing folder goes in first. And because I can, I'm putting it on a little bit of an angle. Okay, and we crank. Now this just feels like a normal embossing folder going through. It does not feel like anything special at all. But I can guarantee you we have cut this, and you can see the cut marks in it. So we have cut this and embossed all at the same time. That's why I love the hybrid embossing folders. Okay, so while I'm here, I am actually going to emboss all of my other pieces. It's going to be a little bit boring for a sec, but I think in the end, it will save us a bit of time. Okay, so we'll use the same base for all of them, I know, and it is stunning. That's why I got it. I went, oh, I must have that embossing folder. And I can guarantee you these cards are actually going to be fairly simple. Like the embossing is going to do half the work for us. Okay, so this one is just plain embossed. Still very pretty, but it just doesn't have the same cutouts that the other one does. Okay, slide this back through on a titch of an angle. Putting dies and embossing folders on a bit of an angle stops the clunk as it goes through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, okay? Hey March, how are you? Welcome from Canada. Hopefully you're not as hot as Florida. We've just been talking about the weather because it's quite a brisk day here in Australia on all counts. We've got me on the East Coast, we've got Nicole on the West Coast, and we're 1 degree difference. And our East Coast and West Coast is exactly the same distance as the East Coast and West Coast of the USA. I know people find that really hard to believe, but Australia fits quite nicely and maybe has a bit less of a land mass, but not too much, than the US. It's just the centre of Australia is inhabitable, mostly. There are some towns, but not many people choose to live there. Okay, that is all 4 of our backgrounds done. Okay, so keep the embossing folder, pop the plates. Okay, that plate can go there. So I do have a feeling we will be using the machine again. Yes, and Leslie in the middle, that's correct. When did I knock that? So sorry. And a bit more. Okay. So I am going to start with this piece. And what I need to do is trim it down a little bit. Now, when I am trimming this down, I need to be aware of these little parts here, because that is where the hinge is. So if I cut that, the card's not going to be very happy with me. So I've got like one there, and I've got one here, and they're the 2 sides I've got to be careful of. Okay, so we're going to hope and pray this works. So I want to, so really I can take that off there, and I didn't go over that part, and I'm going to go 10 here, and I'm not going to hit any of those. Whoop, scoring tool's not going to cut for me like I'd want it to. Okay, so now I have a card front size, which is exactly what I would like. And like in the card I showed a little earlier, I am going to put a coloured cardstock under this to peek through. Oh no, this hybrid does not cut all the way through, Leslie. It is a partial die cut, so you can do this with your holly. So you can see here how I have popped it up. Now some of the edge pieces I have put a mini dimensional under, but haven't put a mini dimensional under everything, just some of them. 27, but windy. Oh my God. Lynn, can you remind me where you are? On the north coast. Oh, hey Tanya. Sorry, I didn't see you come in, I don't think. So I'm just trying to get the geography of where everyone is. Green or red? Green. I think I'm going to go mossy meadow under this. Let's see if I have a card front. And I can go portrait or landscape. It actually won't matter that much at all. Oh, you're in Darwin. No wonder you are 27, and that probably is pretty close to a winter's day for you guys. So Darwin is at the top of Australia and basically is almost as close, almost. Cape York is probably as close as we get to the equator. Okay, so please tell me I just made that 10.5. Yes, I did. Oh, it is, Lynn. It's a beautiful, versatile colour. And just under this, I think it will be perfection. Come out, bone folder. Thank you, thank you. Right, I'm just going to stick this on, and I can choose orientations later. Okay, so I can't really put glue on the background of this. I do need to put my glue on the actual die cut piece. So I've got my berries that I can put glue on, because I'm kind of thinking of the edges here. And I can go in the middle, and I think I'm going to go on the berry here. I've got an edge here, here. This piece isn't perforated, so I can go there, and then just a couple of dots through the middle, and that is adhered. So that adhering will be the same for each card. Okay, let's just give this a slight zhuzh, because it is delicate, but it isn't delicate at the same time. And I'm not going to do any lifting up or any more lifting up until the glue is set. So I'm just going to go over some of those areas and just leave them be now. Hey Sue, how are you? And I do really like the dottage in the background of the embossing folder as well. So I'm going to pop that one aside. Just my plain white one can go on. Sorry, should not be doing that with my nails. I know it annoys people. I don't know. I'm thinking of doing a non-traditional card, actually, and maybe going with petunia pop, if I've got any poppy parade. My petunia pop should be in front of that, and I'm pretty sure, no, that's pretty in pink. I want petunia pop. I'm just thinking, you know, something a little bit different. If I can grab one piece. There we go. I am not too bad, thank you, Sue. I must say this week has been a much better week than last week. Last week was very stressful. Just had some kids going through a few things and just feeling a bit helpless. Now, I just remembered I haven't cut down this card front that I'm about to stick on. So while I've got the trimmer here, and doesn't matter where I cut this because I haven't got any of the partial die cutting as I do with the die. So I can just cut with no abandon. I'm actually going to make this a whole centimetre smaller. So I'm going to have more of the petunia pop showing on this one. I think, just having a look here, yes, I think cutting it off this side will be nice and equal. Although there still is a little bit showing, but that's a little bit too much on this side, but that's fine. I'm not going to put this trimmer away anymore. I think I still need to use it quite a bit. So, bone folder right here to my side. You're working, Sue. No problem, Sue. I won't ask you any direct questions then. But do feel free to chime in if you are able. Okay, so I can glue now directly onto here. Hopefully I do get enough spots, and I'm sure I will, to let this sing. So as I said, I'm just dumping down on card fronts, whether they are side folding or top folding, and I will sort it out later. Now I have had a couple of questions, not on the lives, but asking how I make my card fronts. So you guys kind of saw just then I took an A4 piece of cardstock, which, oh my dear words, let's start that again, which is our standard size cardstock, and I score in one direction, and then I cut in the opposing direction to create a card that is ready to fold. Very good, Sue. Hey Sharon, I love how industrious that sounds. So they are our first two. I am not inking these two at all. They are staying as is. I've got to do a bit of fluffing on this one, which I can probably start to do now. Okay, so what I'm actually going to use is my take your pick tool, just so it's easier for me to just get under these pieces. There's a bit of glue there by the feel of that, but that's okay. Either that or it's just, well, no, there was no glue under it at all. So these will naturally fluff down, but I do just want them up just so you can see that beautiful colour underneath. Now some of these cuts do involve 2 leaves like this one, but it's not so delicate that you're going to bend and rip a leaf off. So they are quite robust, which I appreciate being heavy-handed like I am. Now this one, it's just a little smaller. So you can just go around and do all this fluffing, and then what will happen is wherever I put my sentiment, that will just push those ones down, which isn't an issue at all. Okay. Now, if I miss anyone's questions or comments in the live chat and I don't address them while I'm live, can you please put them in the comments? Because I do reply to all of your comments on the video, but I can't, after the live is finished, I can't reply to the live comments. So just in case I've ever accidentally ignored you, that was never my intention. Because, you know, I've got to, it's just little old me here. I've got to monitor the chat and make a card, or in this case, multiple cards, all at the same time. So it's a lot sometimes. Okay, so what are you thinking about this? Now, I do have a feeling I need to add a dot of glue under here. So as you start fluffing things up, you find the spots that you need just an extra dot of glue. Okay, but I think everywhere else was actually pretty good. Okay, so you can see now how you can see that color popping through. So it doesn't actually need any extra color. If you wanted, you could put some red berries and leave them as white holly. But yeah, it is an interesting hybrid combo, Nicole. Hey Beryl, if you want to see how this has cut and you came in late, I did show how the die interlocks. So basically we use this one die in the embossing folder. Now, you can see, let me see if I can show you here. You can see the cut marks around the embossing, around the images, but I actually embossed all of these images after I'd cut, and those cuts do not transfer at all. Okay, so now we've done our two simple, because we're not colouring these. Let's get on to the ones I want to colour. So I'm actually going to start with my Secret C, and I want my Whisper White ink and the Whisper White ink refill. Okay, let's see if I can grab that. Yes, my arms are long enough. I have all my specialty refills in one little box here. And, oh, do I want a big brush or do I want a little brush? You can use either, but I think I'm going to have more control. That's my big brush there. I think I'm going to have more control with the big brush. Now, my hands don't open these boxes, but my scissors do a wonderful job. Okay, I am just going to buff this this brush because I have used pigment ink on it, and I have put white on the back. WH gives me enough that I know what it is. So this has gone a little bit hard. So I'm just doing a thing and just fluffing that up a little bit. Has it really worked? No. Do I have enough hand strength? Probably not. Okay, so Whisper White ink pad, when you purchase it, it comes as a blank ink pad and you get the refill with it. Okay, so all you do is open the ink pad up. I'm actually just going to see if the ink is actually usable in here. Oh, it is. Now I am just going ever so lightly here. Is it going to be perfect? Absolutely not. But I just want to grab these high areas with the ink. So I'm not stamping anything, so I don't need this super inky. Although I could actually be pouncing this off to get even softer of a result. Sorry, concentrating. I go quiet. Now, could I get a more precise result with the little one? Quite possibly I could. But hey. And getting a bit on the background isn't a terrible thing. It just gives it a ghosty halo. And I think I've just got one more. So I can go back and add to where I feel I need to. Just very, very gently. Okay, so this paper is going to suck up this ink. So will it stay white? We will have to see, but I do really, really like this result. So what do you think of that? I'm going to have to clean my desk. Tell me what you think. Of course, I'm not the most precise crafter in the world. Those of you that have known me for a long time absolutely know that. Now, for our last card front, I think I'm going to try the mini or the small blending brushes and just see what kind of result I get from that. Okay, so I've sprayed. Oh, thank you, Sue. And I already had some muck on my glass mat, so I shall take this opportunity to clean the whole mat while I've got some water here. And I have tried cleaning this mat with alcohol, and every time I go, why did you do that? Because I really find water and a microfiber cloth cleans this off perfectly. I think I may have had some yogurt here from the other day. Oh, it looks like the frost on the grass. Yes, I'm very familiar with frost, and I think Lavender is also very familiar with ice on her car. So she's had to clean it off numerous times when she's had to leave the house early. Just sneaking in a drink there, girls. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that to dry off. Because it is a pigment ink, it does take longer to dry, but we also haven't added copious amounts of ink. Okay, this one, I think I'm going to go green, but what color green, I'm not sure. Okay. So I am going to use my mini brush. Okay, so that's my purple one. That's a green one. I think that's my only green one actually. And roll that over. That's a pink and that's a blue. So I really have representations of colours. So I have a red, a pink, yellow, orange, purple, brown, green and blue. Yes, they do stand out, absolutely. Okay, so this green is quite soft green, so I might like to try using soft sea foam and see, or garden green, that is very good. I'm going to start with soft sea foam and see how that pops, and if it's not enough, I will definitely come back in. So will this, oh, that's going to be way too light with the brush. I think you're right, Sue. Let's go with, I forget that we lose a lot of intensity of colour because this is already so super light. But let's go with the garden green. That was said first. Okay, garden green. And I can go in with exactly the same brush. That doesn't matter at all. Okay, sorry, I keep on knocking the glass mat with my arm brace just because it's got a lip, as does the mat. Okay, so this is going to be pretty intense. So I want to really spread that out. And I also want to be pretty super light with what we're doing. Now, once again, is this going to be perfect? Hell no, because this is me. But I am trying to use a very light hand. And we could go over the berries as well. So if you'd like me to go over the berries with a blend or a marker, I can certainly do that. Sorry, I just accidentally got a phone call because I always forget to put my phone in not disturb mode. Okay, so yeah, I can do the berries, but this is similar. You still do get a little bit of a halo, but it's certainly easy and quick to colour. Okay, sorry, concentrating. And I could even colour the background bits as well. Just now picking up the ink that I have on my glass mat. And I do need to remember these need to be trimmed down. I think, let's see how much of this last one is actually maybe not quite as dark as I would like. Actually, they've all turned out fairly even. Just see if there are any glaring bits that are missing. I think I'm just being pedantic now, but I definitely think these berries need some colour. These ones don't, but I think these just need a bit of colour. So tell me if you disagree. I'm definitely here to listen, because these are your girls' projects as well. Okay, so let me just put the garden green back. I just want to clean that ink. And the berries still stand out, but I think I'd like this one a bit more traditional. And I almost feel like using the Poppy Parade. And then, Poppy Parade. So I've got, I might use real red because that goes very nicely with garden green. Let me do a bit of a check colour here, and I would need to choose between the dark and the light. So let me just grab a tinsy bit of cardstock here. Colour berries. Okay, Sharon, you and I win. So that's the light. I think that is too light for what I'm looking for. And I've already kind of, that's what I'm after, definitely. So that's the difference between the dark and the light. And I shall just put the light back. And all I need to do with the blends is just touch the berries. And they colour themselves in. And if I need more, I can do more. But it's amazing. On the embossed paper, it literally sucks in. I just can't believe it. So hopefully you're seeing what I'm doing here, and that the paper just sucks that ink up. And I'm not doing any real colouring at all. I'm just taking my marker to the area. I think it's because the paper is bruised from embossing, so it just like goes. Now I'm thinking this will need a real red card base. I think that will, or maybe garden green. And you can just go back and add more if you need to. That looks so pretty. Thank you for agreeing with me. It does, doesn't it? And it was very simple. You could knock out so many card fronts just by doing that. And it's definitely a TV or show watching activity, because you're not concentrating a whole amount. I'll bring it up close so you can see. Now I am going to do some trimming of both of these pieces now and find some card fronts, although this one is easy. It just needs white. This one, not so sure on. Okay, so I'm going to take, actually going to take a full centimetre off this. But I'm going to take, I think, half a centimetre from each side, because there are some things I'd like to preserve. So this is the joy of cutting them bigger. I can see where I would like to take. Sorry, I'm just looking. See, half a centimetre, I take all of those berries. If I go a centimetre here, I'm not taking any berries away. So, and then I don't need to worry about it while I'm embossing and the paper possibly moving, any of that kind of jazz. So that is that one cut down. And I'm going to do the same thing with this. I'm loving a bit of a wider border on card fronts at the moment. So I'm going to take half a centimetre off this side. Oh, did I cut that straight or not at all? Not really. Let's try that one again. I took a bit more off this side, so I will definitely need to use my, okay, so I just need to take a slither off here and I think we're good. Now, I'm not, look, it doesn't have to be perfect. Like, I just use the measurements as a guide. Thank you, Sue. Okay, so this one I'm not sure about whether I'm going real red or garden green, because I've used such a light garden green. I'm actually not sure at all. Now, do I have a card base in white? I think I've got multiple actually. Yes, I do, and they're pre-scored. Woohoo! Actually, while I'm here, how does this look on white? Oh, now that looks very elegant. White on white. Tell me what you think of the coloured front on the white. This one is just automatically going to work. I think that looks good. Okay, be careful because I do have a blending brush actively on the table. Not helpful. Okay, losing everything here, guys. I'm going to have to do a titch of a clean up in just a second. Done. Okay, so no one's given me any objections so far to this one. And I think I know what I'm doing. I just want to give this a bit of a nice, perfect, wonderful. Now, no one's typed anything, so I'm going for it. You can see how beautifully they have just covered the berries on the back. Wow. This one here could do with a bit more, but I'm not going to tempt fate. Okay. Oh, and David is coming in from work, maybe, maybe not. Yes, he is. He's been on travels this morning for a work meeting. Owen, could you get the door for Dad? And there's one thing, housework-wise, I need to ask him to do because you love the white base. Thank you, Tanya. Too late because it's been stuck on, but you know. Bye, Lynn. Thank you so much for joining. You have a wonderful day as well. Now, I possibly should... Owen! Can you open the door for Dad, please? Oh, no, he's in. Sorry for yelling at you guys. He had headphones on. Okay, so our 4 card fronts, all same but different. So we've done similar effects to all. Well, we've used the same embossing folder and we've just used it in different ways. So let's bring in the stamp set. And we do have some rectangle dies that go with this. Now, I kind of like Bright and Merry Christmas Wishes. I also love May the Spirit of the Season Bring You Hope, Happiness and Love. Although that sounds a bit more like a middle one, I think it works on the front as well. Oh, thank you. And they are very cute hearts, I must say. David, when you've put everything down, I do need you. Okay. And one more away, which is the white one. So I don't know how I can do white any easier than what I am. I suppose I could wash this brush. That's definitely a possibility that I could wash it. Okay, there we go. Everything is away. So, oh, could you please hang out the doona that is on the floor in front of the freezer? Yeah. Thank you. Just while it's a windy, sunny day, I'm just trying to air everything. Okay, I'm just going to push all these off to the side just so I can have a bit of a play with this. Now, I feel that is actually going to be way too big. So maybe using these dies isn't quite going to work today, but, and even this one, whilst the length is great, it's just not going to work. So these do nest together, so you can have a little bit of a coloured border, which I like. Love layers, which is good. And you've also got that joy, so I cut that out with adhesive foam for this one, so it's actually dimensional. Would this one work with a punch? And I did think my modern oval punch, because I used that the other day, but will may the spirit of the season bring you hope and happiness and love. How will that fit in here? And that is perfect. So that is what we shall use. Oh, hello, Miss Louisa. How are your adventures? She's found paper on the floor thinking it's food. Sit down, please. Yes, you can have an ear scratch. Sorry, being commandeered by the dog. Yes, I missed you too. It's only been a few hours. Yes, I missed you too. Can you hear her tail banging the wall? Oh, my dear word. She just wanted some love and adoration for a good job with Dad, being the official guide dog that she is. Okay, so we've got the punch. That will make things nice and easy because we have done the embossing and the colouring. So I wanted to say these are going to be simple cards, but I kind of knew that they weren't, but they were. So it's very hard. Okay, whoops, sorry about that crash and bang. Okay, so I am going to start with this card. So this is our Secret C card, and I do believe I'm going to need my Secret C ink. So I'm just going to match the colours to the colours that are in each project. Either with the red, I think the Mossy Meadow, I'm going to go with a Cherry Cobbler. So I've just really made sure this is buffed up. So I'm going to get some white and stamp in Secret C and then punch it out. Thanks for that, Dale. He's not listening to me now. He must be listening to something. Okay, I do have my basic white scraps down. Now, yep, that's wide enough for the punch. Wonderful. Now I'm hoping my Secret C isn't too inky. Oh my God, I can't open this. So I just pop in my scissors and I twist. So I'd opened it a little bit. There we go. I just got it past that point because sadly I haven't used this Secret Sea ink very much, which I really do find quite sad. Okay. And oh, that's stamping perfectly. Love that for us. Perfect. Love that. Just pop that up and out of the way. And grab in our punch. Okay. So let's line this up as best we can. And that, now which way is this going? That is pretty much a side folding card. So I'm happy just to pop that there, and I may even pop on some white embellishments, which I know I have. So happy with that one. Now, this one, I may even bring in that garden green, you know. Always ink on my finger. Because we've already got the pops of red, and I don't think this card will need any embellishing at all. Garden green, there we are, because I was very smart and I put it away. Okay, pop that card over there. I do want my Simply Chamois to clean off my stamp. Okay. Clean, clean, clean. I'd already wiped it off with my microfiber cloth. Now, where did that piece of paper go? So just using my scraps. I could use a full piece of garden green cardstock, but I really feel that would be too heavy because this card is like got lots of white in it. I don't like how that's stamped. Just let me try this on here. Much better. It's actually in the inking. I'm just going to leave it here for a few extra seconds. No. Oh, third time. Yeah, I got ink on myself again. That's better. It just wasn't, I don't think I was putting even pressure on it. So I hope you like my punch idea. This is the labeled with love punch. I don't even think I told any of you that. Okay, so let's see how, which way does this go? I'm just trying to match the orientation with the fold. So I think I like that one kind of about there actually, because then I only lose one of the berries. I actually really like that, and on dimensionals that will be perfect. Now let's see if I can take out this piece of paper without ripping it. So that's 2 done. Let's grab my cloth in. Do you like this sentiment, ladies? And gents, of course. I know I've got a number of gents that watch, which I love. Brenton may watch later. He was here on Tuesday. Oh, and the news I didn't know if I could share on Tuesday is for those of you who are demonstrators, they have changed the venue, they have changed the venue for on stage in March next year. So we were going to go to the International Convention Centre. Thank you, Tanya. And we're not going to the International Convention Centre anymore. We are having the event at the Hilton in Sydney. So that's kind of near Town Hall in Sydney. So we're having it at the Hilton. And yeah, I was chatting with some friends and the Hilton hasn't exactly got great memories for me. As I was getting out of the car at the Hilton, I may have jammed my finger in my own car door, and I had to go to a medical centre just around the corner, and I had to get this nail stitched back onto the nail bed, and yeah, I had it wrapped up. No, which one was it? Pretty sure it was this one. And yeah, so that was like 9 years ago. That was 2016. So yeah, it was my first stage walk, because I'd been a demonstrator for 5 years, I think. Although maybe it's not, because I've been demonstrator now since 2011. I don't know. I had stage walk anyway, and it was at the Hilton, and yeah, fun and games. The things that traumatize you. Okay, clean this. I know I haven't punched yet, but this is cherry cobbler ink after all, so we have to treat it with all the inkiness that ensues with it. Okay, great. And there's a big drip going to drip off. Okay, hand sanitizer, always needed in a craft room. Okay, so when I punch this one out, it is hopefully going to punch okay, because I just realized how crooked I'd punched it on the piece of paper. So that is going to go somewhere there. How did I? Yes, this is going to be a landscape, so that will go somewhere there. And I'm thinking of actually leaving it intentionally stark. And then the last one, we are going to grab Petunia Pop. I don't know if this one's too stark, but I do like it that way. Stamp. And I do have ink on the table, and it is cherry cobbler ink. Here's me giving you guys warnings, and I've got ink there myself. Perfect. Not quite, but close enough. I'll take it. Okay, how are we going? Oh, we've been making the cards, I'd say, for about an hour. That's not bad, because we have got a fair bit in them. Now, let me see if I can get this red ink off with the clean part here. Oh, yes, that red ink is now all gone. Thank God I'm wearing a red jumper. I did think about what I was wearing this morning. So on the Christmas Stampathon page, we do have, I think, 4 of us who run the page, and we always share our inspiration with you. Okay, there we go. Now, I am going to save that piece, because that is a very usable white scrap. If this was any other colour, I actually wouldn't keep that scrap, but white just great for sentiments. Okay, the labeled with love can go away. I don't know why I still have my garden green open, but it definitely needs closing. Okay, great. No ink on my hands, not right this very second. I shall give this a proper clean at the end, or after we're finished, but I just want to get off the excess ink. Okay, great. So dimensionals are needed. Where are they? Just hiding. Okay. Turn these over. I think maybe we just need two. I think that should work fine. Maybe I should put dimensionals on everything and batch do it like I did with everything else, because I batch did all the backgrounds, then I put them all on card fronts, and then I have done this as well. So great thing about even making 4 different Christmas cards, I was able to batch do everything along the way, and I didn't even know what direction I was going in really. Yeah, there we go. And don't forget, next week I'll show you that other card. Next week or the week after. We'll see how I go, because I'll have 3 cards to share with you. So which card is jumping out to you at the moment? Because I'm not sure if I want to embellish these. So I'd love your opinions on embellishments as well. Okay, so let's grab out our take your pick tool and get moving. Oh, you know what? That was the thing I did not want to happen. Now we have landscape opening, and I am going to, oh, I'm so glad Owen didn't finish that word that he was saying. Now these are actually still popped up, even though I have popped that down, they're still popped up. So actually that works really well. Now this one I don't want to add anything to, but you could do the red berries like I did with this one. So you could just go through and make the red berries. I kind of like it how it is. Oh, see you, Nicole. Oh yes, you do need a nap. You do, yes. Okay, so that's that one. Now, which way did we say this one was opening? Because we did all different things. We just grabbed things. This one's okay. I like my folds on the side. I find they stand up better if people put cards on a mantelpiece. I personally don't. I put them on my blinds. But I think I'm going to go for, do I make it, well, I don't know. I'm covering up too many berries. That's the problem. If I put it a bit to the side, I don't love it all the way to the side there. Okay, this way I only cover up that one, but I've got those two. I think I can live with that. Maybe my elbow and your arm need to have a nap together, Nicole. that's good. Now, which way? This one is a landscape as well. I think I've only got one portrait card out of the whole lot. Oh well, it's all good. Okay. So this one, I don't know, it doesn't matter as much covering things up. So, are we embellishing? What or none? I don't think this one needs it. Definitely not. Because that, like, I love that card. I think that's just such a beautiful card. Very easily reproducible. Okay, I don't think this one needs it either. So I'll give you a closer look at that. And I gave you a close look at that one. And we've just got our Petunia Pop one to go. But is the embossing folder enough? Because I know if Cherie was watching us live, she'd be there going, embellish, Ellen, embellish. But I think the backgrounds have so much on them that they don't really need any more. And I've offset everything, but this one, I think I may want to put in the middle, just for something different. Now, this is where I get up. I wasn't sure. I've convinced you, Sue. I'm so happy to have shown you how much you, that is right on. I'm very happy I can show you what you can do with it, because I have definitely hopefully done that today. So I have used the one bundle. So it is the Holly Jolly bundle. So it comes with the stamp set. Haven't even touched the stamp set today. I really have only shown you one sentiment out of here. There is so much more that we can play with. Just trying to get all of these in the frame. So we also have, and this is the hybrid embossing folder bundle. So you get them to you get them together, because this die creates that effect. So it's a partial die cut of all of the holly on the embossing folder. Okay, so I am going to get something. I'm just going to grab a piece of Petunia Pop because it is closest. So you get that beautiful effect. This is available on Tuesday to purchase for everybody. Yes. Oh, thank you, Leslie. I'm glad you liked them. I'm very happy, and I'm very happy they came together quickly, because we did all the embossing. I knew what I was doing. One hybrid where you put the die in and run it through, and it cuts and embosses at the same time. And then I just had 3 flat embossing. So I used our garden green and cherry cobbler here with a small blending brush. With our Secret C, I used basic white ink with a large blending brush, and I just left this one plain. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed my video. Don't forget to participate in the Christmas Stampathon this month. I do have the link in the description, and if you press more on the description box, you will be able to see the link to the Facebook group. It's Christmas Stampathon 2025. And we are using embossing folders. So your projects, thank you, Beryl, your projects need to be up by the 24th of July. Okay, and just so you know, little reminder, You have 1 day under 6 months to, I'm not going to say 5 months and however many days. You like the all white one? You like that one, just with the pop of, well, you do actually have pops of colors, but I see what you are saying. They do, yeah. That's what I tried to do. I thought, oh, I could use embellishments, but I'm not going to because they are very elegant. But pop over, join in, get started or keep going with your Christmas stash. So come the end of the year, all you need to do is write an address on them. So just the colors we used cherry cobbler and mossy meadow. We used basic white and secret sea, petunia pop and basic white. We used garden green, cherry cobbler, garden green real red, just checking. Yes, garden green, real red, and basic white. So thank you so much for joining me today. Have an amazing weekend. I'm going to watch my friend in a play on Saturday afternoon, and then I've got my team meeting on Sunday. So I'm very much looking forward to a great weekend, and I hope you have one too. I look forward to seeing all your projects on the Christmas Stampathon group, and I will catch you next week or next time. Bye.